Hey guys, it's Dawn, Vegas Maniac Designs. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be just a quick one, and this is going to be more about failure actually than success. And I am doing this as a voiceover for the simple reason that it was very loud at the house, and I didn't really record this with the intent to do something with it. However, there are lessons to be learned in your failures, and I just want to show you that. And that's why I'm posting this video. So this is not going to be about the color palette or even so much the composition of the piece. However, it is going to be about what to look for when you're using a square canvas attempting to do a bloom. And this is something that I knew, and this was a just a quick bloom I wanted to whip out, and it completely failed. And the reason is that I didn't pay close enough attention to where I was blowing the paint on a square canvas. That's kind of important. So we're not really going to go over the colors. Those are not the important part of this piece. The cell activator that I'm trying to use, and I didn't get enough of it down, is a kind of a bronzy toned. It's not a real bronze metallic. It's a bronzy tone that I created by darkening my deep gold from Amsterdam. And it's still not working well, even though it only has Amsterdam paints in it, and I'm not sure why. And it may be that it's too thin or that I just didn't use enough. Anyhow, so once we get to the point where I start using my blow dryer to blow this out, you'll see what I mean. So when you're doing a square canvas and you're doing a round bloom, you have to pay attention to the direction that you're blowing in to make sure that you get enough color coverage to go over those corners. A round bloom will not go over the corners evenly. And unfortunately, I just hurried through this too much. And this part's really funny, actually. I thought I was going to do something really clever and put my cell activator on my palette knife and just slide it across the layers of paint. And that didn't work out well, unfortunately. So I end up adding a little bit more. It didn't slide off the palette knife hardly at all. As you can see, it just sort of streamed off. So that's kind of a symptom of what's wrong with that particular cell activator. So here I am adding a little bit more. And at this point, it's been too long of a wait and it started to sink into the colors. So it's really not doing its thing like I'd like it to. Turn the volume down here. I'm blowing out, and what I should have done, as you can see right in this corner towards your right, I should have blown paint directly at that corner instead of off to the side. And I do it again in the second corner, and I do it in the third and the fourth as well. And I'm not getting a lot of travel or coverage, and I'm getting into my pillow a bit. And this is kind of what you get when you don't go slow. Take your time, plan it out before you start trying to move the paint. This one I almost got there, and two of the corners did go over pretty well. But what ultimately ends up happening is I have to overspin the bloom. And what that did was thin the lacing to the point where you could barely see it. It just sort of sunk out of sight. It really didn't end up having good composition. I had bare spots on the corners, and I just wasn't overall happy at all with this bloom. And I'm going to admit that I have been struggling a bit with my blooms since taking the Sheleeart e-course. It sort of upended my processes a bit, and I am struggling with my consistencies and my structures, and I just need to practice. So what I've been doing is doing a single color with a single color cell activator over it on a pillow on just little 4x4 tiles and mouth blowing them out to get the right technique down. And so far on small tiles, it's working out. But when I try to move to a larger format, that's when I start to have problems. And you'll know what I mean if you've ever thought you knew something or thought you were good at something and then took a course and got taught that you're not as good as you think you are, or that the way you're doing it is not the correct way. It's all subjective in fluid art and with any kind of art. It's pretty much all subjective. You get to decide whether you like your art or not, and other people will help you make that decision. But for this particular painting, this scenario, I thought this was a really good example of what not to do. And as you can see, somebody steps up beside me there. My husband decided to come and peek on me and see what I was up to. So he's talking to me, and that was another reason why I couldn't talk through the video and the process. It would have been a much longer video had I done that. But I just wanted to share that with you, and I'll be sharing more of my my journey, I'm going to call it, just so that you can see what a struggle it is. Fluid art is really not that simple. It takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of patience, and you really have to have an open mind and the ability to learn. Um, and I just had been doing blooms for so long and doing fluid art for so long that taking the course sort of upended all of that. And I have struggled for the last week or so to get back to doing what I loved. And I'm not currently loving it. And I know that it's going to take some time. So if you can be patient with me, I can be patient with me. And I appreciate you watching. I'll kind of speed through the end of it here so you can see what I mean by how it didn't turn out that well. And I will see you guys in probably another couple of days. I'm doing a resin piece for you, and I'll get that uploaded over the weekend. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.